Live, local, now. 13 News starts with breaking news.
We begin this morning with breaking news and heavy hearts here at 13 News. Longtime 13 News This Morning anchor Jack Kane has passed away.
He was 77 years old, and he spent much of his Hall of Fame career here on 13 News.
We go now to meteorologist Bryan Hughes, who spent many years alongside Jack. Bryan.
I've been dreading this moment since I got word on Friday afternoon. Jack suffered a stroke about a week and a half ago, and while he was in the hospital, they also discovered he had pancreatic cancer. Jack Kane passed away last night, and he was a dear, dear friend.
Jack Kane was a broadcasting legend in West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky, and a West Virginia Broadcasting Hall of Fame inductee in 2013. He started, as most of us did, in radio and then worked his way up into TV. He came to WWK in 1999 and spent 21 years here, after spending 19 years as a reporter and anchor for WCHS-TV, and he anchored the evening news at WTAP in Parkersburg. His radio career was extensive and impressive, legendary for sure. Jack hosted talk radio programs on WCHS and WQBE in Charleston. He also worked in various capacities at radio stations in Cleveland, Pomeroy, Steubenville, and Marietta, Ohio, as well as spending 2 years in productions at WNBC Radio in New York. Jack also covered 4 presidential visits and 6 gubernatorial inaugurations. He also interviewed many notables from the creative world, including Michael J. Fox, Dustin Hoffman, Bob Barker, Cindy Crawford, Tim Allen, James Earl Jones, Jamie Lee Curtis, Charlie Sheen, and Neil Patrick Harris. An avid baseball fan, Jack grew up following the fortunes and misfortunes of his hometown Cleveland Indians and the Browns. Jack met his wife Sherry at the Pomeroy frog jumping contest. They moved to North Myrtle Beach upon their retirement in 2020 and loved relaxing on the beach and spending time with their daughters and grandchildren. Jack Kane will forever be in our hearts, and he'll always be in our memories with that golden mic in the sky.
You know what's kind of funny is he actually wrote most of that. When we had to do our new website, he jokingly said, "Wow, this could be my obit." Lo and behold, it's still on our website. And I had to voice that package on Friday because I got a text message from Jack's phone on Friday afternoon, and it was his daughter, Heather. And she broke the news to me. What breaks my heart even more, I was supposed to talk to him this last weekend because I needed some help from him. I didn't get to. But he was, many people in the our WOWK alumni group and the West Virginia broadcasters, all those folks had a heads up about what was going on. And what is amazing is that every single comment, sometimes people might throw in a joke or whatever about someone and a memory. While there were a few of those, every single comment was about how he was just a great, great man. Wouldn't hurt a flea, loved his wife dearly, worked well beyond what he should have. He said, "I'll work until Sherry tells me it's time to retire." And he finally did in 2020. We went to North Myrtle Beach, and the amount of pictures that he'd send me of he and Sherry just enjoying the beach was just so neat. He finally got to relax. We'd talk on occasion, but what was neat was every single morning we'd come to work, and he would park in the exact same spot, and I would as well, right next to him. I parked right next to the concrete pillar in the parking garage because he didn't want anybody to hit his car, with the door opening up. And so I parked right next to him so we could protect and make sure his car would be just fine, as originally his car and then his SUV. But he was just the nicest man. I always asked about my grandparents, how they were doing. When they passed away, he made sure to call me and check and see how I was doing. I'm wearing this red tie here today. didn't get a chance to get it back to him before he retired, but a little bit of Jack will always live with me. He died at the age of 77. Our hearts go out to his family and his wife, Sherry. Back to you two.
Thank you.